everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. Today we're going to open up 4 boxes that are going to complete the Green Horde unboxing videos, and then we're going to move into the solo setup for Zombicide Green Horde Showcase playthrough here. Now I want to talk about these boxes here in front of you. So first off, you're seeing 3 exclusive boxes for the Kickstarter: the Sean A. Murray Special Guest Box, the Rat King and Swamp Troll box by Adrian Smith, and the Black Plague Ultimate Survivors. All 3 of these are Kickstarter exclusive. You will not find them in retail, but if you do want to pick them up, they are available secondhand, although you have to keep your eye out because some of the prices for them are ramped up. It's CMON, and a lot of people will try to make money off of the exclusives, but every once in a while you'll find someone who's willing to charge you exactly what they paid for it, and those are the types of deals you want to go after. So these 3 are exclusive, and you can hopefully find them secondhand if you're missing out on them. This one over here will be in retail, as all the 3D doors and any of the Zombicides always have been are available in retail, and you pick up 15 neutral doors of gray color, 2 blue, 2 green, 2 violet, 2 yellow, 2 white, and 2 pink, so you can have all the objectives kind of going in your campaigns from all the different color doors. The actual base of those doors have colors on them so that you can associate it. What I'm really excited about with these particular boxes, they're going to add a bunch into the game, but I want to make one mention off the top here. The Ultimate Survivors are not going to be part of the Green Horde Showcase here on Rolling Solo, mainly because they ramp up the original Black Plague Survivors to the ultimate level, giving you 2 blue skills to start the game with instead of just 1. So I won't be using those in my playthrough because they kind of just, they ramp you up to a level that's just too high for a tutorial or for just a regular playthrough. Plus, I don't want to use the base characters. I want to actually use the Stranger Thing characters for my playthrough. So I'll show you the inside of this box, but this will not be coming into the showcase playthrough. These 2, however, out of these 2, this one will, in terms of the Necromancer. There's 1 Necromancer inside this special guest box which will be shuffled in. The 3 Survivors will not be shuffled in. The Rat King and the Swamp Troll, all of that content's going in for sure because it's going to give another cool enemy and abomination that we have to deal with. And there's actually 2 of them, so we'll talk about those once we get to them. So let's just start off with the 3D doors. That's the pretty simplistic one to start off with first. So we're going to start with 3D doors. We're going to crack this open. I've already told you what's inside the box, so there's no point in kind of waiting any longer. We know exactly what to expect. So we're just going to cut into this. I'll do this off camera here. And let's see what we got. Now I've never actually gotten the doors for any of the Zombicides prior. I used to own all the modern ones, and I even painted them and everything, but I eventually sold them for the medieval version, which is Black Plague and Green Horde. And Invader was recently on Kickstarter, but I did not back that myself. So if I'm going to pick that up later, if I decide to, which I'm not really sure I want to, because I'm pretty happy with just one version of Zombicide, then I'll have to find that second hand. So, 3D doors, cracking it open right now. Again, I've never had these in the past. That's pretty cool. So you got to put them together yourself, but I think they just stick in real nice. But there's 3 different designs for the doors, and there's also 3 different designs for the actual door casings as well. So you have the little arches as well as the doors themselves. Each of the doors are different in design. And then of course you have colors. So you got all your color stands are going to help you figure out what your objective door you're going towards based on the color. These should be pretty standard and pretty straightforward to put together. I'll see if I can do this on camera, maybe put one together for you so I can show you how they function. There's always tape on every single CMON case like this. You have to bear with me as I get that off. Thankfully this only has it on 2 sides. Alright, so I've mixed all those together, but they're all the same anyway. This is going to be cool because I could potentially paint these. They're pretty simplistic to paint, although you could use them right out of the box because they're nice. At least they made them standard colors. They're already gray for the stone, and of course brown for the wood, so that makes it life easy. So let's go ahead and take one of these doors. Of course, the door matches the row in which the outer rim is going to fit into, and essentially on these you're going to find a hole at the top, and there's pegs on the door that are right, I don't know if you guys can see them, right there and at the bottom. You're going to obviously have to line this up correctly, so you slot one in like so. And then you're going to need a base. So you're going to grab a base from here. Make sure that you're putting it on the right side of things. So in this case, I have to do it like, let me see if I'm doing this right. Do it like this. I'm going to slot that in, slot this in, and slot this in all at the same time. I wouldn't be surprised if that's really all there is to it. So it's just a matter of making sure the door stays in place when I push this in. But it looks that actually looks really easy. That was pretty simplistic. So that's it, done. There's one door. So the cool thing about the doors is they do open up. There's even a raised rock here on the pad, which I don't know if you guys can see. That kind of helps the door stay open. So what's really cool is as you're going through the game, you're going to be able to see visually the door's locked. And sorry about the blurriness there, but you're going to be able to see that your door is unlocked. And then of course when you bang it or bash it open with a weapon or something, you can actually visually see the doors open. I like that. The visual appeal, because doors are so important in Zombicide, Black Plague, and Green Horde, because every door broken into results in spawning, it's really good to know what doors are open. The tokens that come in the game are flat. They're not bad, but sometimes they can blend into the environment and it's hard to see them. And this will be a lot easier to just see that the door is open when the door is literally open. So I won't put together all these on screen because there's quite a bit. I will do that off camera. But that is going to be the 3D doors. Let's move on to something else here. So we've got a couple boxes here. Let's start here with the Sean A. Murray box. This is the guest box. So again, I'm going to have to apologize up front. I'm not familiar with this particular artist. So I'm very sorry about that. Someone maybe who can let me know more about this individual. But it says here, oh, my mistake. I do know this individual. This is this guy, this artist, concept artist, worked on titles such as Dungeons and Dragons Online and Kingdoms of Amalur, Reckoning. So that's pretty cool. So he actually has some pretty awesome background with this stuff. It says the latest Gateway. So Gateway is the group in which I believe he's affiliated with. So there you go. Or Gateway Uprising. There's the logo around the box. That's pretty cool. So this box comes with 3 survivors, 1 necromancer, has some ID cards, and of course spawn cards for the necromancer. Guessing that the necromancer is this guy right here. So that's going to be awesome. Whenever you get a new necromancer in, they always have cool abilities and stuff like that. So here are the cards. These are going to be for the heroes most likely. And then you've got the box of miniatures. So let's pop these out. So first off, you've got cards. So Innsmouth, there you go. So there, oh, it's actually the bigger guy. So this guy here in gray is the necromancer. And it says right here, normal necromancer rules, plus no line of sight can be drawn to, wow, by actors outside of it. So you have to actually be in the same location as him in order to take him down. That's pretty cool. You can't shoot him from a distance. Let me see if I can take this off. I don't think there's any tape on this. This is actually kind of surprising. Or maybe I'm crazy and there is, and I'm just not seeing it. Nope, there isn't. And that's actually a surprise. Usually there is. Okay, so for the necromancer, he looks like this. There he is. Pretty cool sculpt. Looks pretty awesome. I like it. It's going to show up nice on the board. So that is one of them. And then, of course, we got 3 different heroes or survivors, I guess you'd call them. So let's pop all these guys out and take a look at them. I'll lay them all down so you guys can see all of them at once. Let's see here. We'll go like that. So as you can see, there are the survivors. There's the one in the middle is the one on the front of the box, of course. Pretty cool. Alright, and then let's find out what their actual names are, of course. That'd be kind of cool. If I can even pronounce them. Typically the names of some of the survivors are pretty crazy, so I might butcher these as I go through them, but no, I'm not going to try to say it. It looks like Bermbauer? I don't even know. So this guy's a gigantic fish character looking, scaly guy with a gun. He's pretty cool looking though. We got Kendra. I like that one. That's a really interesting sculpt. I like that one. And then this is the front cover of the box, Spellbones. So you can see here this slot may hold a ghost sight instead. This one can hold a lightning ball instead, and this one can hold a telekinetic blast in the body slot. So those are the kind of the specials. And then of course you've got the actual abilities for each of these characters, depending on which one you're choosing. They all have different bonuses and things like that. And this is going to be really cool to add these in. Of course, the survivors won't be added in, but the necromancer definitely will be. All right, so let's go ahead and put these back without destroying them and move on to the next box. So, that. And we'll put those to the side like this, and let's move on to the next one. What do we got next? Let's do the Ultimate Survivors next. I'm going to keep the Rat King and Swamp Troll, which is the one I'm by far the most excited for the end. So the Ultimate Survivors, let's go ahead and crack them open. I'll give you guys a quick shot of the back of the box. So this is the write-up for them. Feel free to read that if you'd like. You can pause the screen. Here is a close-up picture of the miniatures and what they should look like. If you're familiar with Black Plague, these guys are a heck of a lot more bolstered and beefed up in this particular package. This is really cool. It's going to make those original 6 that everybody was playing with in Black Plague extremely big and amazing look. Oh, wow, those are nice. Oh my goodness, those things are beautiful. They're actually bigger too. Look at the size of these things. Much bigger than the original sculpts, and they're just much more, those are epic looking. Love it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the character cards here. And you can see here with the Ultimate Survivors, very soon here, when I get this package open. Usually these ones are harder to split. Let's see if I can get this to rip open. But essentially what's really cool about these Ultimate Survivors is they start with 2 blue skills, and you can see that because of right here. Usually there's only 1, but Ultimate Survivors start with 2 skills off the top. So you've got Anne, you've got Baldric, and again, you're going to be familiar with all these guys. Clovis, Nellie, Samson, Silas, and then back to Anne. And you can see on the bottom there, there's special abilities to 2 blue skills. So that's pretty awesome. So again, I'd have to go check these and look these up to remember half of these, because there's some of them are very unique, but very cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the sculpts for this, because that's going to be the exciting part. So we've got, there is tape on these ones. There wasn't tape on the guest box, but there is on these ones. Oh man, they look cool. Okay, check. I'm going to do these guys one at a time because they're just awesome looking. There is one of them. That looks like Anne, I think. I could be totally wrong on that. No, I think that is Anne. This one here, oh man, and the swords are perfect. They pop. You can tell the quality of those, the miniatures are just awesome. They look so good. And they're so much bigger than the base ones, or just any of the regular heroes. So it really makes them feel epic in size. Like, that is such a cool sculpt. All the swords are straight as an arrow. Doesn't look like there's any bending going on here. Again, CMON does a fantastic job with that stuff. Check this out. Look at that. Like, look at the wind just hitting the cape and the beard, and like, that's craziness. Love it, love it. These ones would be worth painting. If I was going to paint any of the survivors, I'd be going after these guys 100%. They're just so awesome looking. I'm kind of sad I'm not using these in the playthrough. Maybe, depending on what we do during the playthrough, we'll see. I'm not going to make any promises that we're going to end up using them. It would be cool to, but I really want to use the Stranger Things characters, so we'll see how that pans out. But I wanted to show you guys what's inside this box so that if you're interested in picking it up, because it is a Kickstarter exclusive, and you may have a hard time finding it, but if you do find it, at least now you know what you can expect to find inside the box. Those are some pretty fantastic miniatures. I'm very impressed with that. Last but not least, we've got this Rat King and Swamp Troll, the one I'm most excited for. This was definitely a Kickstarter exclusive. Comes with 2 gigantic monsters. And also, it's a Swamp Troll and a Rat King, and then a whole bunch of swarms of rats, which is really cool because it adds another unique monster to have to fight against. So let's cut into this. Again, Adrian Smith, the creator of a majority, or I should say the artist of a majority of the CMON titles, is part of this one. And there is the back of the box if you want to do a quick read on it. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Here we go, right off the bat, you get yourself, with all the abominations and new characters, you always get a rundown as to their special abilities and how they work. So you can take a look at that by pausing the screen if you want. And then you've got the swarms of rats and how they operate right here with some nice artwork of them. So a good way to figure out how to paint them, you can take a look at these. Swamp Troll right there, look at how cool that guy looks. And his abilities and how much damage he does and the minimum damage to destroy him. And then a target priority order. So this is going to display all the different things that could potentially pop up and the priority order of killing them. Or I should say the target priority order. So we've got here, these look nice. So we've got a bunch of these cards here that come from the spawning. So this is going to go into the spawn deck essentially. There's nothing really too exciting about these. I'm not going to show the full thing of these, because really it's just going to be a lot of the same but different numbers, because it's a different number of rats, or it's going to be abomination based ones. But you've seen these before, so there's going to be some fantastic artwork on these cards. So that looks really cool. And then we're going to get to the miniatures, which is the exciting part. We get to see these rats for the first time. So let's see, we got tape on the far side this time. They're always on different corners. Last time it was underneath, this time it's on the side. Okay, oh, look at this. So here he is. This is the, is this the Rat King or the Orc? This is the, I think this is the Rat King. No, the Rat King's there. This is a Swamp Troll. That makes perfect sense. This is the Swamp Troll. Look at this guy. He is massive. He's pretty cool, pretty big. He's got a pretty nasty looking weapon, huge. Look at that face. So awesome. Like that. And then we've got the Rat King. The Rat King just looks really cool with rats kind of pouring around him. Like the rats are literally coming to buckets. He's got a huge kind of pet rat there to the side. He's got rats crawling up over his head. Insanity. And of course the Rat King is going to obviously bring rats into the game. So there is 6 different miniatures worth of these rat swarms, which is just a humongous pile of disgusting rats coming charging out of nowhere to run at you and do you harm. Now, I think all of these sculpts are the same. I don't think there's any differences. Let me just double check here. This one, oh no, there's differences. There's differences. These two, okay, that's good. They actually did do different sculpts for every one of them. So there's 3 different sculpts here. Even though they all look very similar, there's 3 actual different sculpts going on here. So that was smart. They didn't just like Adrian Smith, of course, is not going to just do the same sculpt across 3 different types of rats. He went ahead and changed it up. So you can see there are differences across each of these. They're all just a little bit different. Of course, because they're rat swarms, they do still look similar, but at least they're not just a carbon copy miniature. So again, if I lay them on their sides, you guys can see a little bit of the differences. You can tell even more so now the differences in the sculpts is a little bit easier from the side. So that's pretty cool. Well done. I like that. And having a whole different miniature to basically come after you in the game is just going to add so much fun. It's kind of like when you add the crows or the dogs in Zombicide, that type of thing. So that really is going to cover it. That's going to cover the Rat King Swamp Troll, the Sean A. Murray box, the 3D doors, and the Ultimate Survivors. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. This is the last unboxing for the Green Horde Showcase. We're going to be next moving into the exciting playthrough. We're going to start it off with a solo setup video, then we're going to move into a rules video, and then we're going to move into a rules overview, which will give you a high-level rules overview, and then we'll jump right into the gameplay. Should be a blast. Hope to see you there, and thanks so much for your support. As always, keep on rolling solo.